Sentinel Online. Now loading all things Transformers. Be sure to check out All Things Transformers with Steve, Megatron, and TFG1 Mike.
You're listening to All Things Transformers, episode 47, recorded Monday, May 24th, 2010.
Hello and welcome to All Things Transformers, episode 47. I am your host, TFG1 Mike, and I guess everybody's wondering why I'm starting off Steve's show. Well, that's because Steve was on vacation all last week, and he went somewhere, I believe, where they destroyed the White House. I don't know. I was looking at his Facebook pictures. I'm not sure. So, Steve, hello. Welcome back from vacation.
Hello. Yes, I am back.
Yes, you are back. Hell did you go that they have destroyed White House stuff?
Well, funny enough, that was like a toured museum called Top Secret and the Wisconsin Dells. And, granted, we went about a week or two too early because nothing is open.
Wow.
Like, barely. The only reason we had water parks in our hotel was because they were indoor. Because a lot of them have indoor and outdoor. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of the other places, like even museums, some of the other stuff like that's cool to look at, is closed until the weekends because it's before Memorial Day.
Yep.
So we ran into that a lot, but that White House tour was pretty cool. Like they had wax figures of, for instance, Clinton, and he had no hands, and then the guy would make a smart-ass remark that the reason why this version of Clinton doesn't have hands is because he couldn't keep them to himself. And then they had what it looked like was a wax model of Obama being built on this table. And he says, yes, this is the second version of Obama because the first version's not working out too well. And so, yeah, we got a chuckle out of that, and it was pretty cool. I did get kicked out of a water park, but that's a different story.
Why the hell did you get kicked out of a water park? Did Optimus Prime kick your ass?
Well, no, we went to this other water park after our first set was done, and we switched hotels to something different, and my wife's brother was meeting us, and him and his family went and stayed at this one hotel, which had one of the biggest water parks indoor. Mm-hmm. This place had an arcade, it had a theme park, it had restaurants, it had cinema. I mean, this was a huge hotel. Mm-hmm. But, so we had the theme park wristband passes, and I tried going into the water park with it. Mm-hmm. Pretty much knowing that wasn't a water park pass.
Oh, God.
And, of course, me and my wife are going through, after her family's already in there, the lady at the desk, because we were joking about this, I says, watch, I says, we're going to get some kind of a prick that's going to actually look at the wristbands. And so I played it off like I didn't know, because she, of course, stopped me because I had the bag of fucking clothes to change into, and my wife slid right past, and so I was like, yeah, that's great. Yeah. But they wouldn't even let me back there just to sit.
Wow.
Like, in street clothes. Because they pulled some, oh yes, this is an occupancy thing, and we can only have so many people back there. And I says, what people? There's nobody here. It's fucking 2 weeks before Memorial Day. There's no one here. So yeah, I got in an argument with the lady. Long story short, I had to trade my driver's license for a 15-minute pass to go back there and tell them that I couldn't go back there.
Wow. Yeah,
So,
that'll be a headshot for sure.
yeah, that was a quite entertaining day, to say the least.
Right.
So, yeah, I other than that, the overall trip was great. Drive home was kind of a bitch, but yeah, overall it was fun. Glad to be back though. Other than the going back to actual physical work, I don't mind the podcast. I just don't want to go back to actually doing physical labor.
Yes. Well, getting into the news here, and we are probably, well, I wouldn't say we're late on the news. So we're recording this on the 24th, and the news that we're going to start by reading is last Monday's, so whatever. IDW and Hasbro bring Transformers comics to the iPad. IDW Publishing and Hasbro bring Transformers and G.I. Joe comics to the iPad. San Diego, California, IDW Publishing and Hasbro are proud to announce that Transformers comics and G.I. Joe comics applications are available now on the Apple iPad. Taking full advantage of the iPad's full screen, full color capabilities, the apps will offer the next level of reading experience to the fans. The free IDW iPad storefront apps each include 3 free comics with the initial download and offer more comics as in-app purchases. Fans can browse nearly 200 comics for their favorite storylines, such as movie tie-ins, ongoing series, and even classics from the 80s. The iPad is a wonderful format for comics as the screen size is close enough to the print size that the readers can view the full page. Optimus Prime and the Baroness look amazing in this format, said IDW Director of e-Publishing Jeff Weber. I'm not going to read this whole story because it's 5 fucking a.m. and yeah. But basically, even though I'm against the iPad itself, wow, these, just from looking at the image that they have here on the story, they look amazing.
Yeah, surprisingly so, they do. And I would say that if I did have an iPad, I would probably have every Transformer comic on it. And I mean every.
Yes. I'm very glad that, and not just comics, not just Transformers comics in general, but I'm very glad that a lot of comics are going to the iPad. I like getting comic books though. See, that's the thing. It depends on how you want, your material. Whether you want it in book form that you can actually physically hold, or whether you want it on this thin piece of crap that you have to touch to get it to move. I mean, it just depends on how you feel. Me, I've always been like, I have to have a book, comic book, whatever, I have to have it in hand. DVD, I have to have it in hand. I very rarely, there's not too many TV shows or video or stuff on my computer. I have to have a DVD or something like that. I can't just watch it online. I mean, if it's the only place I can find it, sure. But no, this looks really good, and I think it's going to really, really help a lot of people getting into Transformers and G.I. Joe comics.
Yeah, I definitely think that'll help with the new era. Granted, I do like the comic form more so. Mm-hmm. As well as, I may have bootlegs on my computer to begin with, but I still like owning
Iron Man 2.
Copy. Well, I actually deleted that since I went and saw the movie. I just wanted it for prior to.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I'm still going to go buy the DVD when it comes out. Cause
True.
I love to own the DVD.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Keeping with the comic stories, we have the War for Cybertron tie-in comic book. Australian store JB Hi-Fi has today announced what is so far unique pre-order. And this again was posted on May 18th. Incentive for Transformers War for Cybertron, a tie-in comic book from IDW Publishing. Not many details are given for the comic. other than the fact that it is 16 pages long and is being offered through JB Hi-Fi as a bonus for pre-ordering any copy of War for Cybertron. I am actually very interested in that. I would love to see that because I want to see how they're going to take the story from the game and put it into comic form. Like, they can take, they took the 86 movie and adapted it into, I guess you'd call it graphic novel form. IDW did. And, hopefully there won't be too many differences between the tie-in comic for War for Cybertron and the actual game.
Yeah, I'd be pretty interested to see how that relates to the game as well.
Yes. And after many, many months of people bitching and moaning and yada, 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 and issues with FunPub and everything else, as of May 18th, BotCon 2010 registration is now live. That's pretty much all I'm going to say on that. I really don't care since I'm not going.
Well, it's about damn time they got it up anyway for those that are going.
Yeah, that's very true.
Usually they're like a couple months, at least before, not pretty much 2 months or a month and a half.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where it was something new that they were trying, apparently, with an online registration system. And it was, and see, it's funny, they, apparently from what I've heard and what I've read, they stopped the fax registration stuff. They just completely stopped it. So while people are waiting and waiting and waiting to get the online registration, for them to get the online registration up, some people thought they could still fax their stuff in, but that wasn't the case because they wanted to go with this online registration system. So,
Although I do have to say, I do like their 2010 BotCon webpage a lot better than some of the previous years.
Yeah, I do. I do and I don't.
I'm just saying in terms of overall setup, not necessarily the colors. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be reminiscent of G2.
Yeah.
And many of the old web design aspects from that age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and that's fine. I like the design of it. As far as the actual theme this year, I'm kind of, I don't outright hate it like I hated last year. Last year was just a complete farce. I'm sorry it was. You take something from animated, call, the Elite Guard, call it a quote-unquote G1 Elite Guard, and then give us characters that, for the mainstream, most of us don't know who the hell they are outside of Cup and Scourge. That makes no damn sense to me. But anyway, BotCon 2010, it looks pretty cool. I know everybody's really excited about the set, about the box set. I really could care less. It's not anything that I'm that interested in. Thank God. So, let's see here. You want to take the news about the initial news about Megan Fox there?
Says Megan Fox will not appear in Transformers 3. A report on Deadline.com is reporting that Paramount will not be picking up the option for Megan Fox to appear in a third film. It comes down to a decision to the director Michael Bay, who gave Fox the thumbs down. Then it says, update. People.com reports representatives for Fox are saying it was her decision to leave the Transformers film franchise, which to me says that her publicists are just saying, yeah, she got let go, so we're going to say it like she decided to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, granted, she served her purpose in the film, but I don't know how this is going to work with a third film, being that people have grown attached to her with like or dislike, but nonetheless, I don't see how somebody's going to get attached to a new chick for the third film when she hasn't been established over the other two.
I believe someone said it on I've always said this. I frequent the Earth2.net forums, and I believe someone said it in the Transformers 3 thread over there. Why do action movies have to have a female love interest? Why can't it just be an action movie without there having to be some sort of female counterpart to the male star? Which, granted, Shia LaBeouf isn't that much of,
He isn't that much of a man, so technically...
Well, I was going to say he's not much of an actor, but okay. We'll go with he's not much of a man, but I was going to go the other way. But, it just... I don't know. I don't know how they're going to, I don't know how they're going to work around it. I don't know how they're going to do about replacing her, whether they're going to... I don't think you can do what they did with The Dark Knight and Batman Begins. Like in Batman Begins, you had Katie Holmes as Rachel Dawes, and then in The Dark Knight, you had what's her name, Maggie Gyllenhaal as Rachel. Since there's already been 2 films, like you said, I honestly don't think they can pull the actress switcheroo off for Michaela. Now, if they just outright have Megatron kill her, that would be awesome.
Well, see, I think that they're just going to plain write her out.
Yeah.
Which, it does, I don't know. I just don't know how that's going to affect that whole dynamic. I mean, granted, she's not that important.
No.
We could do without her anyway. We could do without Little Bitch, too, but they're going to throw them in anyways, so they just probably feel that there needs to be a leading female role, which, sorry to say it, Fox doesn't really embody anything that little kids should be copying anyway that are watching the film.
No.
Granted,
I fully expected... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, granted, she is eye candy, and she served her purpose for that for the past 2 films. But, again, we can do without her.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I saw the trailer for Revenge of the Fallen when she's stripping. Because for a second there, I thought she was, practicing for Hugh Hefner. And honestly, I'm betting that that's the next place that we'll see her, is either in Playboy, Penthouse, Hustler, whatever, something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I wouldn't either. Alright, here. More on, like you said, quote-unquote, Fox quit Transformers 3 over weight loss. Rosie Huntington Whitley to replace her. Rumors are pouring about the Megan Fox incident, and more names are appearing as to who will replace Megan. According to The Sun, Fox's dramatic weight loss raised alarm bells with Michael Bay, as the 45-year-old felt that Megan looked unhealthy and wanted her to gain weight if she wanted to reprise her role as Michaela Baines in the 3rd installment. There is no facts to prove how truthful this news is, and the world is anxiously waiting till Mr. Bay makes an official statement. Meanwhile, Geek Week has learned from an inside source that Victoria's Secret model Rosie Huntington Whiteley will soon be cast as Megan's replacement in Transformers 3. Details surrounding her character are still pending. I hate reporting news like this because regardless of Fox quitting or getting fired, whatever, even early cast news or, replacement cast news, you just don't know. I mean, it's like they said in the thing. Michael Bay hasn't even come out with a statement yet. So you don't know what the fuck he's going to do. Hell, half the time, it's not just him. You don't know what any director or producer is going to do until they fucking do it.
Well, and besides that, he could be just feeding us bullshit just so that we get thrown off his trail so that he can be like, oh, look at who we brought back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of it's just gimmicks, but I don't know. I just think that if they're going to wipe her out, just have her go off somewhere and work, and then have Sam have just some other new chick he met at college.
Mm-hmm.
Just completely write her out like she's, done with having her life put on the line and, all the stress or whatever, and went to go shoot with Hef, just something, I don't know. But.
Yeah.
And you skipped over some other news, too. Gemma Arterton, possibly to replace Megan Fox, too.
Yeah, that was before this. Yeah, I kind of skipped over that because...
From Prince of Persia, but there are also other model people that they're saying may replace her role.
Hell, they could put Heidi Klum to replace her role.
They won't do somebody that.
I know they won't, but I'm just saying I'm just throwing it out there as far as a supermodel thing. Hell, they could put Tyra Banks in as Michaela, and no one would probably know the difference. Let's see.
But they're saying it made sense for Sam to have a new love interest.
Well, if they didn't make that other chick, have a tail and a tongue that just creeped me out, she could have
been a fine replacement.
Yeah, she'd have been a fine replacement if she'd get rid of that tail. Wow. That's still disturbing. Whenever we get around to doing the commentary for that movie, oh my god, I'm going to be so grossed out. I may even puke on air. I don't know. Ugh.
We should get Wilson in on that one.
Yeah.
He'll have plenty of nice comments to say.
Yes. Alright, so, we have been overladen with War for Cybertron news. I mean, obviously the game is coming out less than a month. But Universal Gaming Database interviewed Matt Teeger, the game director at High Moon Studios, about the upcoming Transformers video game War for Cybertron. What is so special about this interview is that it reveals who is the composer behind the music of the upcoming game. Maestro is none other than Tyler Bates, who has also done 300, Watchmen, and a few other things. So I think that's really cool. I still say that it should have been Stan Bush. That's just me.
Yeah.
But overall, I really do like the music in War for Cybertron. A few months ago, we got when news started coming up about this, Game Informer got an interview with, or they were doing a discussion or something on their podcast, and they had like a 4-minute musical clip, and the music sounds awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yay, more Transformers Prime news.
Although some of this is looking promising, I do have to say. I
know.
wasn't entirely thrilled until I saw some of this.
I know. I was throwing the story to you because I'm tired of getting berated by Wilson about this shit. So, yeah, take it away.
Alright, well, the latest Transformers Prime news is, I don't know, it all runs together anymore. Producer Roberto Orsi answered a fan question on Don Murphy's message board with, really excited to see what you guys think about the legendary Frank Welker being back in Transformers in an actual cartoon. So seeing Cullen and Welker together in the recording studio was mind-blowing. And then there's speculation on whether he'll play Megatron again. My opinion is yes.
Oh, yeah.
Megatron, because why would he be talking directly against Cullen then? When Cullen is already confirmed as Prime.
Yep.
So it only made sense to bring back Welker. And what it looks like to me is they're trying, I mean, although they have the movie aesthetic, probably just to give them more realistic transformations, it looks to me as though, I mean, they'll probably keep some of the designs, but alter a lot of them to be more cartoony, but give it more of a G1 feel, because they've got a lot of the G1 voice actors coming back.
Yeah. It's one of those things where we just don't know until we see it, and yes, I'm really not wanting to talk about Transformers Prime until I see it now, because fear of, the wrath of fucking Wilson. It's like, Jesus Christ. Some of these long-ass emails berating me over my fucking opinions. It's like, it's just an opinion, damn it. But anyway, I think it's great that they're having Welker and Cullen and a lot of the older, the original cast members from the original cartoon back. Still, I'm still skeptical as far as design. I honestly am. Because it's been said that it's going to be a combination of animated and movieverse designs. Now, I don't know how the hell you can marry the two of those design elements because animated was something completely different.
Well, they could mean more of the angular and the colorations of animated with the movie aesthetic.
It could be. I don't know. Until I see something, I'm just going to hold my tongue. Because, I don't want to get another nasty email from Michael Wilson.
Well, as far as design goes, we can't really say much other than from what the Bumblebee images we've seen. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really telling us squat. They do look like they're going for a little bit of the movie aesthetic and some of the classic look. I mean, just look at the word Transformers on there. It looks old school. And then Prime is, the newer look of it. I mean, shit, this could be a series that's basically like a War Within.
Yeah.
I mean, something similar to that, we don't know. But in any case, with old voice actors joining back up and getting signed back up, it looks more closely like it's going to resemble G1 than any other series. As far as cartoon. Especially when, in the next news article, Transformers Prime Starscream to reprise his G1 personality.
Before you read the story, I have a question. What other fucking personality does Starscream have? I mean, come on.
Well, he has the traitorous wannabe Autobot in Armada. And
See, I never watched Armada.
He's
Energon.
Deathly Ghost.
So, okay.
And Cybertron, he's pretty much the same old Starscream.
Yeah.
And animated, pretty much the same old Starscream.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's like, what difference is there?
Starscream.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But in the movie, he was more of a coward than, anything else. So, I mean, I can see where they're saying he's going back to G1, which would be nice to see.
Yeah.
But, again, they're going to have a person that can pull off the voice. And although I believe it was Tom Kenny did it in animated,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know who I'd want to see do his voice because Tom Kenny, yes, he was close, but he still had that SpongeBob tinge to it.
I think if he lowers his voice a little bit, I mean, keep the same voice, just go a little bit lower, make it a little bit more darker, maybe he could. Because, I mean, well, let's face it, animated was, even though it did have its moments of darkness, it was pretty much a bright and upbeat show. I don't know.
Well, I was thinking, in order to get older voice actors from Transformers history back in, considering the original voice actor, unfortunately, is no longer with us, they could get Scott McNeil to do it.
Or,
first in doing some of Chris Latta's old work, considering he took up the old Cobra Commander in the Deke series, which I didn't even know they transitioned partially through.
Yeah.
Because the voice sounded so damn similar.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, to me, that would be a promising candidate, in my opinion, for Starscream in Prime.
Or Doug Barker.
Or Doug Parker, but although he did sound more terror-story with it. I mean, he did do a good job in what he was, told to do, but I mean, it's still, I would rather see Scott Neal attached.
Let's see here. Artist Dan Kahana to attend TFCon 2010. Now, normally I would not really report on artists going to conventions, but I think we do need to talk about TFCon. Dan Kahana has penciled a number of Transformers convention books dating back to 2001. He has worked on everything from statue design for Hard Hero to Transformers t-shirts, commemorative plates, pinups, and art on many of the Transformers toy boxes for Hasbro. Dan will be set up in the dealer room all weekends, sketching and signing for the attendees of TFCon. TFCon 2010 will take place July 17th and 18th in Toronto. Special guests include Mark Ryan, Transformers movie Bumblebee and Jetfire. You can also RSVP to TFCon 2010 Facebook. The TFCon 2010 exclusive figure is Nightbird, limited to 1,000 pieces. One of the reasons why I wanted to bring that story up is because, unfortunately, I was trying to figure it out. There's no way I can go this year. A friend of mine and I, a friend of mine that lives in town here, I'd mentioned it, and we were going to try to go, but there's just no way. There's just no way I can go. I still may find a way to get the $140 for the non-attendee package, which is just the Nightbird figure, because the Nightbird figure looks awesome. But I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to any of them anytime soon.
You know, I'm gonna start saving up for next year and maybe go to TFCon or hell, even BotCon, depending on where it is. You know, the other thing about me not going to TFCon, another reason why I can't go is I can't find my freaking birth certificate, and you have to have your photo ID, birth certificate, and something else to get a passport. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a passport. I just don't have the money. Or the time to take off work, considering I get bitched at if I take 2 hours off of a shift.
Alright, let's see. Alright, I think that we are going to go to probably some more Transformers Prime news. I think that's what because I'm just going to the main page now. Oh no, I know what it was. I lost. Oh yeah, the other Transformers Prime news was Roberto Orsi continues to talk about Transformers Prime at the Don Murphy message board. He revealed some of the minor tidbits today, which was the 22nd of May. They may be minor, but the information is promising a wonderful TV cartoon for the Transformers fans. Orsi said, on Transformers Prime, we managed to partner with an amazing writer named Jeff Klein. You can look up his lifetime credits on IMDb. He really knows animation, and he has led the way in hiring a talented group of writers to get the show off the ground. TV is different than movies in that you need and want a whole staff of writers. Jeff Klein is the name behind some of the most successful TV cartoon shows in the past. Jumanji, Men in Black, the series, Extreme Ghostbusters, and Dragon Tales are some of the cartoons he worked on. Okay, that's not a promising, I'm sure I haven't even looked at this guy's IMDb, but, I'm sure that he's done really great cartoons, but, I mean, come on. Jumanji.
That's not a list to be boasting about.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched Extreme Ghostbusters, didn't like the style to it. It wasn't too bad story-wise, even though they brought back some of the old cast for a couple episodes. Men in Black was decent. I think that's about the only decent one I see on this page right here. Jumanji was ass.
Yeah.
It looks like on his IMDb that he's done a lot of Winnie the Pooh. He's done Jackie Chan Adventures, or an episode of it. He's done an episode of Max Steel. He's done Godzilla, which was ass. He's done a lot of the same styled, grungy-looking animated shows, it looks like.
Yeah.
They all have pretty much the same style to them. Everything that he's touched, anyway.
I think outside of, along with being a writer, he's also a producer, and that's what he's listed as for Transformers Prime, as a producer. Just looking under his producer credits, My Friends Tigger and Pooh, Dragon Tales, Soccer Moms, Stuart Little, he was a consulting producer.
I'm not too enthused as far as he's concerned, but
no.
That remains to be seen.
I mean, if they brought people back like David Wise, Flint Dille, hell, even Buzz Dixon, people that we actually knew from G1, I'd get excited, but so far, I gotta say, none of the Transformers Prime news is getting me excited at all.
How about this? Bob Ford and Larry DiTillio.
Okay, that too. Yeah, but I was kind of keeping with the fact that supposedly this is going to be a more G1 cartoon. I was trying to go with the G1 writers, but yeah, Bob Ford and Larry DiTillio, that'll work. But then again, we would never get Bob Ford back.
Well, they would if Hasbro would pay him.
I doubt that. Hell, even Marv Wolfman, I'd take him over this guy any day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't care that Hasbro has begun the Hunt for the Decepticons campaign. I really don't. I guess since we've done a few news stories and the rest of the stuff that TFW has is either toy or War for Cybertron game related, we're going to stop doing that. The last story we're going to talk about is TFW wants to know Megan Fox in Transformers 3. A few days ago, it was revealed to the world that Megan Fox will not be returning for Transformers 3. Some of you wept tears of sorrow, others of you rejoiced, and some where Michael Bay set off an explosion. While that explosive news was pretty big, we're interested in the ripple effect, namely what your thoughts are on this rather large bit of news and the information regarding Megan Fox and her departure from the movie franchise that arguably created her career. Because let's face it, dating that guy from Beverly Hills 90210 just wasn't going to cut it long term. So, TFW 2005 is holding a sound-off, meaning we want you to vote in our online poll and cast your thoughts on the reasons behind your decision whether or not the loss of Megan Fox is going to hurt the movie or help the movie. We've kind of already talked about this, but I wanted to figure out something that we could actually do a topic on this episode, and I guess this is as good as any. I really don't care either way. I mean... we've said before in this episode, Steve, you said it, she was eye candy. That's pretty much all she was good for.
Yeah, she was pretty much eye candy. That's pretty much all she was good for. She did actually somewhat develop her character in the last few movies, but that still does not constitute her as any more important than the chick that had a robotic tail come out of her ass and try and probe Sam.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just, these people, they're just they're latched onto it because it's Bay. And that's my entire thought of her character since movie one. Both her and LaBitch. It's just like, God, go away.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of any of the rumor mill.
Yeah, I know.
Just because a lot of it's just BS.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't. Oh, God. She had some funny moments in Revenge of the Fallen, like when she was interacting with Wheelie, but that was about it.
Shit, even Wheelie was kind of not needed.
Well, true. Well, when is Wheelie ever needed? Just say no to Wheelie. But, I mean, I don't mind what they did with him in the second movie. At least he wasn't his G1 counterpart self. But at least, just focusing on Fox herself and the Michaela character, at least there was some comedy there for a little while. I don't know. Whatever.
She was alright for the first two films, but, we can bid her adieu in the new movie.
Yeah. Yep.
It'd be nice if we get rid of LaBitch too and get Spike Witwicky.
Yeah, really. The real Witwicky, yeah.
Yeah, considering Sam never technically existed. Shoot, put Buster in there. Granted, he was from the comics.
No, we should put Kicker in there. Oh, wait. Sam Witwicky is basically Kicker, except more, a little bit older.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Kicker. I think that was one of the main reasons why I never really got into Armada, was because of that fucking character, and I know
was
that's...
only an Energon. They had the other 3 kids in,
Oh, okay, well that's why I didn't get into Energon, was because of Kicker.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get into it anyhow, but that's just besides the fact.
Mm.
I mean, I watched some of everything, and then I just got bored and didn't keep up with it.
Yep. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
No, I think that's it.
Alright, you want to wrap it up there?
Yes. If you have any topic suggestions, comments, questions, anything, you can email us podcast@PredaconEmpire.com. You can also call the voicemail line. 502-526-5821. Send us money, damn it. We need to get that renewed by this Friday. Yeah, we may not have that very much longer.
Yeah.
Unless we get donations, because we're both in kind of a bind right now.
Yeah. It'll be back as soon as I can pay
donations.
for it again, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, we've had no donations, so... Yeah. I myself might be donating some soon. But...
No, you don't have to do that. You put a... That's for a headshot. Go ahead, continue closing the show.
Anyways, yeah, anything else, just contact us. You can also contact us on the PredaconEmpire.com forums, which is PredaconEmpire.com/Nexus, where you can leave all your crazy comment suggestions, anything in there, if you don't feel like calling the voicemail line or leaving an email. I guess for now, I am Steve Megatron Phillips, back from the unknown, and you have been?
Yeah, I'm here. TFG and Mike. Bye.
So long.
Yes. I wish to speak to my lawyer.